Okay,
Okay.
One. Hey, everybody, we're here. Everyone say hi.
Hello.
Muted.
No.
hello.
Hi.
Today we are doing probably one of the most highly requested and anticipated matchups of all time. Finn and Jake versus Mordecai and Rigby. I am here. I
Yay.
am streaming. I'm the host. And I also be representing for Mordecai and Rigby. Representing Finn and Jake, we have Saul.
Hey guys. I've been on this so much.
And for our jury, we have Steven Films.
Hello there.
Next Berserker.
Mordecai and Rigby, win or you're fired.
We got Archive.
Right. Oh yeah, can't even stole his mic. What's going on?
What happened?
No, I was playing. Oh yeah. Hey.
Okay. And last but not least, we have Nuke Brother.
Hey,
Nice.
glad to be here.
All right. So to get started, while I get some stuff set up, Saul, would you like to do your 60 seconds?
Yeah, I guess I can start.
Is it that time?
Let me just quickly check the YouTube chat to make sure we're not fucking up. All right, we're good.
Yeah,
all
we're
right.
all good. I'll keep an eye on stuff as well.
Thank you. All right. All right.
Okay, so
wait. All right, three. Sorry, give 3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
Finn Mertens and Jake the dog are the inseparable duo from Adventure Time. Finn was a human born from the islands who got drifted off to the land of Oo after his father kind of tried to escape some individuals. Jake is a empreg. He was birthed by his father's head by an alien who impregnated him. Yeah, this show gets really weird. Finn and Jake are very iconic, have gone on many different adventures. They have met vampires and Ice King and, you know, death itself and the concept of chaos. Finn and Jake are very competent fighters with a bunch of equipment. And I think work way better as a team than Mordecai and Rigby, who, on the whole, will kill each other more than anything. Finn and Jake are inseparable. Even in death, Finn went and basically threw over New Death and the Lich to find his friend again.
All right. Not bad, not bad.
Preg in the first, minute? Let's go.
All right. Let's see. All right. 3, 2. I guess I'll take my turn. So 3, 2, 1. So Mordecai and Rigby are high school dropouts who essentially started working at the park and are basically known in their world as lazy bums. They'll try not to do as much work as possible. They'll always try to find just some kind of avenue or way to get out of doing work and just go goof off, play video games, or eat some kind of legendary sandwich, which they do like basically every season for some reason. And I know what you're thinking. Yeah, Finn and Jake, they're more competent fighters. But holy shit, Mordecai and Rigby are genuinely insane. Their laziness has granted them access to some insane abilities and also just crazy equipment that when you see them pull it out, I really don't think Finn and Jake stand a chance. And yes, they may not get along sometimes, but just like Finn and Jake, they are best friends who will fight till the end, and they will show you that there is nothing regular about them.
It's anything but regular.
Okay, so I'm gonna upload. I have 2 videos, but I'm gonna go upload them right now. And while you're doing that, Saul, would you like to make some starting arguments?
I guess. Well, where the jury want me to start?
Probably there.
Oh, I did it wrong.
what they have in store, like what their abilities are?
I guess I can. I think I'll just start with like basic stuff in terms of like equipment. Finn is very much a sword user. He has had a variety of swords throughout Adventure Time. That's the main way he likes to fight. The Scarlet Sword is his original golden sword that you've probably seen him with a lot of the time. He has the Demon Blood Sword, which is one that belonged to his dad. Not, shitty human dad, but great dog dad. He has the Grass Sword, which is a sentient blade which can fight for him. The Finn Sword, which is a very weird thing. It's like technically him. He has from like other media and stuff. He gets the Night Sword, which was made by Peppermint Butler, which can like cause people to go to sleep with a hit. He has the Ice Sword, which can you imagine what Ice Sword does? Yes, it freezes you. He has a metal arm because he has lost his arm thanks to his deadbeat dad.
Twice.
Nice.
Twice, yes, but the deadbeat dad is the one that kind of is the reason he has the metal arm, which has stuff like crab claws, rock drills, weed whackers, sad marionettes, which is very funny. In terms of what Jake brings to this fight, Jake, thanks for getting impregnated by, I forget his name, it's like Warren something?
Yeah, the blue guy, right?
Yeah, the blue guy.
His alien dad.
Yeah. Basically, his real dad is the reason why he has like shape-shifting abilities. Jake can stretch himself into like he made a hand the size of a planet. He can duplicate himself with this. He can enter people's bodies and like puppet them. He can regenerate himself, and he even grew wings.
And the wings didn't really work though.
Yeah, that's fair. But he has other stuff that allows him to move, like, I guess, through the air, like the dog-orang, which is when he turns into a boomerang.
Okay.
That's kind of basic what those two are like. They have other stuff, but I would want to wait till later to bring them up.
That's fair. I guess because because I know for this matchup it does greatly depend on what you give them both. So are we giving them everything? Because if I'm prepared to argue
we
for
should.
either way.
I don't.
Should.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna. Unless this is my opinion, but like people want everything, but I think they would like make sure it's not like too canon breaking. Is just like unless the series explicitly says this thing got exploded, like how Doctor Who rules, where it's like I have this thing, we never see it again, but assumingly it's in a vault somewhere. Like that's the rules that I would go with, but that's me.
Yeah, I assume there's always everything that at least makes sense.
Actually, I can put a poll in chat. Let them decide. Should we give them everything? And while they're doing that poll, I'll get started with Mordecai and Rigby, because some people might think that, oh, okay, he's going to Mordecai and Rigby. He's going to go straight into like their items and equipment. No, Mordecai and Rigby have powers, like just innate normal powers. They have stuff, and one of my favorite abilities that they constantly like, this is a consistent thing they always do in the show and even in the comics, which are canon by the way for the most part, is they can basically words are power for them essentially. And I'll pull it up. Mordecai and Rigby have the power to just, if they put enough, I guess you could say, feeling into the words they say, they have power. This is from the one episode where they're in a rap battle and everything they were rapping was coming true. And this is not because of like the outfits they were wearing. This is just something they do. They do it in another episode where they're like
No, Tyler the Creator, no.
Yeah. Yeah, like they do it in another episode where they're just in a random rap battle contest with like a silver guy. They do it in the comics where they use their words to hurt people. They have the ability to somewhat morph reality and control what's happening if they just rap about it. And it's not even just rapping. They have another ability. I don't have an image for this, but do you guys remember the Solid episode?
Yes. Yes, I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Mordecai and Rigby could unironically ask Finn and Jake to do them a solid, and if they don't do it, all of reality will start to unfabric.
Well, I mean,
That's a slight a misremembrance of it. It's only because they're abusing the level of solids, and because Skip shows up and he's like, "You guys are using too many solids," and then he leaves because that's what Skips does. Like every other episode, like they'll be doing some shit, and then he'll be like, "You guys understand if you keep doing this, something's bad's gonna happen," and then he leaves.
his direct quote was, "You shouldn't abuse the power of solids. Bad
Yeah.
things will happen."
Yeah,
But
so I
that's
don't
the
think
thing.
it's
They can just spam it on Finn and Jake.
yeah.
Spam
So
solid.
I feel like that's gonna mess everyone up in this fight, though.
I know.
The universe
It's like a. I guess you could say it's like an ultimate A.
nuke option,
Yeah,
right?
the nuke option, nuclear option. Mordecai and
Yeah, they're-
Rigby also are surprisingly. People think they're not skilled. They're surprisingly strong and skilled. There is an arc in the comics where Finn and Jake get randomly teleported. Well, not randomly. Benson signed a contract and they got teleported to like a WWE wrestler universe.
Ben Jake?
No, not Finn and Jake. You're right. Sorry, Mordecai and Rigby. They got teleported to a random WWE wrestler universe, and without any backup powers, like Skips went and helped them in the last fight, but for every other fight they were in, they didn't have like boosts or power ups or anything. They just won. They were beating like legitimate wrestlers.
What were some of the wrestlers specifically? What were the types of threats they were facing?
I mean, they were really muscular. Like these are the kind of warriors that like it's like a universe where they're just constantly fighting each other. So these are like highly experienced wrestlers who have been fighting each other for like potentially years upon years, maybe even decades, because the champion had the ability to like absorb the souls of the people they beat and empower themselves.
Ooh.
And the champion fought against Mordecai Rigby. This is when they got help from Skips. So Skips saw the source of the power and they got rid of the source of the power and then they beat the final one that way. But every other wrestler who was highly experienced and could like genuinely fight and were strong, they just beat them. No power-ups, no nothing.
So experience doesn't mean anything for this fight because Mordecai and Rigby have fought people just as skilled, possibly even more than Finn and Jake.
Well, we haven't really talked. Hang on there.
Yeah, I wouldn't take it that far.
Hold it.
Say, yeah,
It was a question. It was a question.
This was just more me saying that like they're not going to be incompetent fools. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Okay.
However, and I guess I can finally go into this, there is something that will give them immediate fighting experience and strength, and that is the iconic Def Kwando.
Yes.
In regular shows, there is a martial art called Def Kwando, and with it, Mordecai and Rigby essentially gain Def moves like the iconic Def Block, which can block almost any attack, the Def Punch, the Def Kick, the Def Dump, which we never see and I don't think we'll ever see.
There's also the Step of Death.
And the
bicycle
Step of
kick.
Death. And the bicycle kick of death. And they can basically fly in this form. What's interesting, though, is that many people think that they need the outfits, like have the outfits prepared beforehand and put them on in order to get the powers. But in the comics, they can just turn it on.
Like shown on screen.
Yep, that's what I'm showing on screen. They can just power up and go directly into Def Kwando. And when they do, they were able to match up against Def Kwando masters who have been training in the art for hundreds of years.
Oh, man.
So, as soon as they turn Def Kwando on, they can just instantly get, like, skilled enough to fight these masters. And as you might know, the Def Kwando moves powered them up pretty significantly, if you ask me. Is it pulling up? Yeah, it's pulling up. So that's some pretty
Yeah,
powerful punches.
that's so. I was wondering and the Death Kwon Do is like very in. It's like an incredibly powerful like martial arts. Has there have they actually been able to like have instant death kind of moves?
So, do I want to go into this now? Yeah, you know what? This isn't really a win con. It's funny. I'll bring it up now. So, uh, they don't have any instant death moves from Def Kwon. However, there is an instant killing item that they get from Def Kwon called the
Ooh.
Death Sandwich. What
Oh
this
yeah.
The
Yes.
Death Sandwich is a sandwich that if you eat it without having Def Kwon training or like the stuff on, it will kill you. And they also get another sandwich. Well, they didn't really get it, but towards the end of the episode, they got another sandwich called the Double Death Sandwich,
Yeah. Which
which,
just instant kills, just like that.
yes, and it insta kills. And chat said yes to giving them everything. So, yes, they do get the Double Death Sandwich. Let's go.
Oh.
And if I remember correctly, Jake really likes sandwiches, doesn't he, Saul?
It's a very, hang on, it's very specific to the stuff that Jake likes in terms of sandwiches. Like,
I don't know, man. That has meatballs, salami. It's double decked. That looks like
so
something Jake would eat.
It's a delicious sandwich.
Sure, yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway, the examples of him eating sandwiches have literally been ones that he specifically made. Like the main one that brings up is the Magic Man one, which is ones that he spent literally an entire day prepping himself, and that was stolen by Magic Man, someone who he is known to dislike. I don't think he's going to go, oh hey, my enemies are feeding me a random sandwich, I'm going to eat it. Like Jake is not.
You say that,
Oh.
but remember in the Dad's Dungeon episode where they beat the burger and hot dog guy, and Jake was going to eat their corpses.
Ah, yes.
I will also chime in just a little bit. I think it was just like I forget the name of the episode, but it was like a maze. Like it was like we get the wish of whatever the hell we want at the very end. And because he was so exhausted and tired, like he was like, man, I could just go for a sandwich. He wished for a sandwich. He like took one tiny bite because his mouth was so small, and he's like, okay, I'm full. So
he was basically like, sorry. Go on.
I was not going to say like. So if Jake gets wounded enough in the fight, he may be desperate enough to eat the sandwich.
Again, that was circumstantial to the point where he was stretching himself through the entire maze.
True, but his
And was
exact quote
going on for like a day. Unless you want to argue this battle is going to go on for a day to where Jake would be stretched to his theoretical peak, which wouldn't happen because Jake is capable of stretching enough to be bigger than a planet.
Yeah.
Well, the fight might go longer than you think, but I'm not going to.
Well, no, but unless you're specifically going to argue that it's going to overtake his stretching by the fact that again, he goes enough. It was literally that overtaxed.
Then he got stabbed by a lot of scorpions and has body crushed. So it's like it was a horrible maze to go through.
So maybe he wouldn't eat the sandwich, but it's still something that potentially they could use in the fight. And they still get Def Kwon, so.
Yeah.
Would you like to start bringing up more arguments, or should I keep going? So.
You can keep going.
Oh, okay.
Someone's trying to save some good arguments. Oh no. Oh.
All right. Yeah, they want me to go first so they could counter me. But you know what? I'm gonna let it happen because I have a lot to go through anyway. I don't want to get too much in the stats, so I guess I'll go into one of the more contentious things now, so we can get it over with. In the comics, and the reason we can use the comics for Mordecai and Rigby is because even though they're not directly tied to the show, there's nothing in them that like hurts the canon at all. In fact, you could treat most of the comics just like one-off episodes of the show, and it wouldn't really change much at all. So that's why using the comics for Mordecai and Rigby is fine. And because of that, because you can give them anything, they also get the Game Genie.
The Game Genie?
Let me explain. In one of the Adventure Time comics, Mordecai and Rigby found a random empty cartridge, and when they blowed on it, they summoned a real-life Game Genie, which granted them 6 real-life cheat codes. These cheat codes include unlimited hit points, unlimited lives, and the more dangerous one, in my opinion, unlimited ammo.
Oh no. Oh no.
This means that this means that no matter how much they get hit, they won't die. Even if they do die, they'll come back, and they could potentially get unlimited access to an unlimited number of their stuff.
So how do you kill Mordecai Rigby for good? Well, you can't.
Now, to be fair, the game genie did go away at the end of the comic, so I wouldn't have brought this up if we weren't giving them everything, but since we are, I have to bring it up.
Oh man. What were the other three?
Oh, the other three. Super speed, which didn't really seem that fast, so it wasn't that relevant. Let's see. Super speed.
That's
Oh, I don't remember what the other ones were.
oh.
But those were the important ones.
All right.
And if you think that, oh well, even if they get the cartridge, there's no way they could resummon the genie. There's no guaranteed way. There actually is, because in another comic, they were in. I know it's a lot of comics, but they were in some of like a video game battle royale, and
Wow.
they had like these packs, that these backpack things, and with them they could take a game cartridge and put it in the pack, and they could summon the video game characters that were in the cartridge.
Ooh.
So theoretically they can also use that pack to summon the game genie and force it out if they have to.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know if I want to keep going, Saul, because I just brought up unlimited lives and unlimited health and unlimited ammo.
Yeah, the unlimited lives things are gonna be
You
problem.
can keep going if you want.
Are you gonna argue for your characters?
All right, I'll bring up one more thing then. I'll bring up one more thing, and then I will force Saul to go. This is also from the video game thing. They have a gun, and it's an interesting gun. This is a gun that when you it's like the power glove, but it's like a modified version of it, and and I quote, degens a target, and with every shot they degenerate them by their like model and their pixels until, and I quote, they will become a single pixel. You won't want to become a pixel, boys and girls. The effect lasts a fortnight, during which you are a useless square, a boring block of nothing.
Oh, so it's like that one gun from Ratchet Clank ripped apart, the pixelator.
Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a perfect way to thinking about it. Yeah. So yeah, so not only are they unlimited and have unlimited ammo, they also can theoretically have a gun that can just incapacitate Finn and Jake completely for a fortnight.
It is, I think, important to note that panel specifically says it has to hit them multiple times to get them
Yes.
all the way down to a single pixel.
Yes, it does have to hit them multiple times, but that's not going to be too big of an issue because guess what? Unlimited ammo.
Yep, unlimited ammo.
So, to all that, Saul, what do you have to say?
Not much. I can't really think of much that would be useful here, I'll be honest.
Useful.
There's stuff like the candy arm, which is like the big arm that Finn has. Flame Kingdom armor, which helps him like protect himself from the flame stuff. There's the shape-shifting hat, which allows him to take the shape of any like nearby group, basically mimicking the species. The like Jake has his own swords, one of them which is quite literally like Cloudbuster sword.
It literally has like a longer handle than the sword.
Okay. Didn't Jake at one point also get like some kind of, I don't remember, a wish cannon?
Wish can.
Well, yeah. There's so the wish. I mean, there's been a few wish things that I can bring up. They have a wishing hat, which is a magical sentient hat that can grant free wishes to whoever wears it. Kind of just like the, not exactly like, but like the what is it, the game guy, but I guess more kind of, instead of like being cheat codes, they're more just whatever wishes they want. There is the like there's a I think the two things that would be able to get around the like infinite lives thing is, I think the primordial ooze is one, which is, it was this goo stuff that was given by their dad, which is like pure space time, which wipes you out from all existence.
All of existence?
Yeah, which is even capable of destroying like cosmic entities on different realms of existence, destroying all the remnants and destroying you like everywhere. So
Jesus, okay.
Oh my god.
I didn't remember he did that.
Neither have I.
they would also have access to the Kiss of Life, which is, since we're giving them everything, this would be something that they get. The Kiss of Life was the weapon used to kill New Death.
Yeah.
Which New Death couldn't even be harmed by like Finn and Shake. He was that powerful, and it like it goes into more like concept stuff with Death.
Yeah.
But like being able to permanently put him down and like prevent him from Blue Death from coming back is a pretty big thing that I think Infinite Lives wouldn't,
I forgot about the Kiss of Life. They literally did just kill Death with that. That's crazy.
They did.
They also, I think another important thing here that could really fuck the duo over is the mom's note, which is basically Jake's mother in the afterlife. Margaret gives like a sticky note, and when Finn sticks it to New Death's head, he is completely held still. Like there's this yellow like aura around him, and he is completely stuck for like a good few minutes before Lich intervenes and is like, I'm gonna start burning it off. And even then, Lich couldn't burn it off instantly. It took time.
Floating shopping list in chat said, "Who is Day? Mr. Fox got that W."
Yeah, that's true. He was the one. I think another important thing to bring up is the porcelain llama, which is a like gateway between like the world of the living and the spirit realm, since the spirit realm is a different place.
Is that the one with like Ice King and Finn got trapped in another world?
Yeah, that's the one Ice King gets stuck into.
Oh, the
again.
lamb.
Like,
the lamb.
Yeah, the llama. Like you can't even interact with anything. You can only interact with the other spirits, who are like, they're very freaky. They just kind of walk up to you and like mess with you.
Well, you could technically interact with like the leaves and the wind.
Sure, but you would need like the llama to get broken to be free from it.
Okay, so if let's say Mordecai touched it, there's still a chance Rigby could break him out.
Sure,
probably, yeah.
But also, if Rigby is stopped by the mum's note, he is going to it's going to take one of them out of the battle for at least a good while.
I mean, to be fair, the Lich was able to break the mom's note.
Yeah, but that also took time.
True, that's true.
That also took a good, like, Lich was able to have an entire fucking monologue in the time it took. I think, I'm trying to think of another one that would be important in terms of like dealing with I think those are kind of the main things that would help deal with the lives thing,
Okay. Well, I'm glad to know that Mordecai and Rigby don't just endurance their way to win. I'm glad that's not gonna happen.
That's not like an instant win just yet.
Yeah. However, I still have so I still got a lot of gear I gotta get through for Mordecai and Rigby, and some of it I believe can take some of Finn and Jake's stuff away.
Sure.
The first thing is the park records. The park records was a book that Benson keeps, but Mordecai and Rigby got it. And what essentially this does is Benson would just write the records of what happened at the park. Mordecai and Rigby took it and they just started writing lies in it, so they could make themselves look more impressive to Benson. But
Hmm.
what ended up happening was that by writing in the park records, they started to morph all of reality so to make anything they wrote happen,
Including Snowballs the Ice Monster, who breathes
including
fire.
Snowballs the Ice Monster. Thank you for remembering, Steven.
I have so much stuff memorized from the both shows. It's crazy, even their exact quotes.
And at the end of the episode, they just wrote in the book, make everything go back to the way it was. So theoretically, they could just reset the fight using park records. If things get really bad, they
I
can just reset the fight.
I guess, but also there's other a few things that would mess with that as well. I think the biggest thing is the hermit eyes.
The hermit
So
eyes.
basically, Finn obtained these magical eyes that turn people into whatever
Oh.
Finn perceives them to be,
Yeah.
which is able to it was able to affect Nectar and turn him into like a normal microwave. They did my boy Nectar so dirty.
did.
He's technically in the fight, but what's he gonna do? Faux pies. Leave my boy out of this. He deserves so much better. I think that's that could mess up a lot of the gear because a lot of it would just be able to be transmuted very quickly because it's just a look,
I can see that.
There's also
But wait, those eyes only work on living things. They never worked on items and stuff. They worked on Neptune, but Neptune was technically alive because of Ice King's Thunderbolt.
I guess I can bring up other stuff though.
Okay.
This isn't my only thing. You talked about the whole words bringing up reality thing. Finn and Jake have this through the power of imagination.
The imagination.
Basically, imagination is a crazy thing that basically allows them. It's mostly Jake who messes with the imagination stuff, but Finn realistically, there's no reason why he shouldn't have access to it. They're able to imagine things in creating objects, traps from his mind, it's a reality warping device. It was able to making the flow into lava, literally,
Mm.
And then they did made an invisible barrier that covered the ray of knives.
Yeah, I also I don't see why that wouldn't work as well.
Okay. So
If
you have imagination. What if I told you Mordecai and Rigby can use their imaginations too?
sure.
Because not just the park records, they also have access to the realm of Darthon.
Didn't they get a refund for that?
Huh?
Didn't they get
got
a refund for that?
but they still kept the game.
Yeah.
I honestly thought you were going to go with the power.
Oh, not yet.
I would question how much they would actually use this game.
Yeah,
especially compared to other gear.
I mean, it is more questionable, but if they did use it, they do basically just get almighty control over everything using their imaginations because it's like D&D. They gave themselves what was it called? The Imposter Sword or
Warrior of Immunity Sword.
The Sword of Immunity, yeah, the Immunity Sword, which basically can just ignore everything and still work no matter what. They could just get rid of weapons. They can get rid of monsters. They can ignore what other people say and rewrite it. So even if Finn and Jake figured out how the Realm of Darthon works, Mordecai and Rigby would just say "nuh-uh" and say something.
Yeah. Yeah, this was my favorite episode during that season.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Again, I would question the nature of how often they would be willing to pull something like that out. Even if that was an issue, though, they have access to something known as the Universal Source Code.
Yep.
Which is basically quite literally everything in the universe, which they can store like every single thing that has ever existed.
Is this from the new comics, the Oni Press one?
No, this is from like the 3D episode stuff.
Oh yeah, okay.
The 3D episode.
Also, in terms of like, I know we talked about, because I wanted to at least talk about the we talked about the solid stuff, but there's also the Royal Promise. Promises in like Adventure Time are kind of similar to solids, but unlike solids, where it's a thing of them being like, do me a solid and pick up the remote. These promises can just be like, if they do one, they break it. It freezes like time, and the Guardian of Royal Promise like comes and puts you on trial. You have to do math, which I don't know how good Mordecai and Rigby are at math.
2 plus 2. That was the word.
So,
and yet, I don't think Rigby can actually solve that.
Actually,
yeah, I mean, like
he can because they have access to Brain Max, which allows them to heighten their intelligence and become smart.
Smarter.
I will say with the Royal Promise, are you saying that they are going to make Mordecai and Rigby make the promise? Because I feel like the promise would only break if they agree to it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I guess, but also I feel like it's similar to saying, oh well, they're just gonna make Finn and Jake like say so many solids that the universe is going to collapse. Like I feel like if Mordecai and Rigby waste time being like, do me a solid, Finn's just gonna run up and go, hiya, you know.
Fair enough.
Again, I feel like a lot of stuff that Mordecai and Rigby have is great. Don't get me wrong, they're amazing. But I feel like they're very circumstantial and they have to be pulled out at the exact moments that they're needed, compared to stuff like the swords that Finn has or any of Jake's like stretching and stuff. Like I feel like
Finn having all of his swords is kind of questionable because it's like, they're gonna be in his bag or?
I mean, you said give them everything. Is everything they're gonna have like laid out on the floor or something? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they have to pick very specific things to use. Otherwise, they're like if they pick the wrong thing, which like I feel like stuff like Def Kwon-Do and stuff is completely fine to be like, oh yeah, they would probably use it more often than not because this is a combat-based encounter. But I feel like being like, oh, they're going to pull out like this game that they really hate and they're going to use it to rewrite reality doesn't fundamentally feel like what those characters would do.
Fair enough. That's fair.
Yeah, but
I think I feel like that about most of what Mordecai and Rigby have. It seems very specific to these things they would have to pull this out and then pull this out, you know?
That's fair. I can pull out stuff that they would definitely bring out then.
I mean, that's fine, yeah. I just wanted to bring that up because I feel like that happens so often with this debate. It's like Mordecai and Rigby have so many cool things that they can use and they would beat Finn and Jake with all of them. But it's like, when you actually look into it, how much of that stuff are they going to use?
Well, there is one thing that they'll definitely use, and if they use it, I don't remember if it was Nuke that brought it up, but if they use it, then they'll probably just have access to everything else. And that
really?
You know what? No. Actually, yeah, I am going to bring it up. I'm bringing up the power.
The power.
This is one of the most recurring and most powerful things Mordecai and Rigby have in the entire fight. With the power, they are able to essentially, just like with singing and also with the park records, they can rewrite reality. But the power is on another level. Not only because it can just do anything just by typing in music, but we've also seen the power just kind of like, it keeps breaking, but it keeps coming back. It just keeps coming back. It never really goes away. Even in the comics, someone in the chat mentioned the 20 Years Later comic, which can be used because there's nothing.
It came back.
Comic. it came back again. And like the whole joke was that the power was just there in a corner and it was leaking magical ooze. Like,
oh my
like
gosh.
it will just keep coming back. No matter what happens to the power, it just keeps coming back. And they even used it to travel to the end of their series, which I guess I have to explain now. The name of Regular Show isn't just like a name. Regular Show's cosmology is an actual show. And the show is on a VHS tape that it's also technically on like some DVDs that they have, but that doesn't really count. That's like a meta thing. But the entirety of Regular Show's cosmology is on a tape. And at the very end of the show, they got in like a battle with Anti-Pops, and when Pops and Anti-Pops clashed and reset the cosmology, Finn and Jake, Mordecai and Rigby used the power to travel all the way to the end of their show. So the power can rewrite reality, and it can also travel through time, forwards and backwards, probably.
Yes.
And they also use the power to briefly clash with Anti-Pops. And I'm not going to get into how strong Anti-Pops is yet, but just so you know, if he and Pops resetted the cosmology, so get ready. They're strong.
Sure. I guess like they also like Finn and Jake also do have a time machine.
They do.
Yeah. It's kind of like. Have you seen the Rick and Morty episode where Morty has the button?
No.
Oh,
it's
like that.
So basically, he hits a button, and it's explained that every time Morty would like reset time, he would replace a Morty in a different universe and like kill the other one. This was a lot less graphic. Is basically this one replaces their past selves with that version of them to make sure that time doesn't have a paradox. Jake uses this quite a bit to make sure that like like every time he like makes a mistake, not every time, but he uses it constantly in that comic, you know.
Well, I think it was also the context where the time machine also went back to where it was, so they couldn't like use the time machine to like go back further into the fight. It had to be like at a specific point.
Ooh.
I mean, like, yeah, sure, but also like the time machine would exist at the start of the fight. I don't. What are we arguing here? That it can't go back to the start of the fight because it.
Oh, I'm arguing that it can't go back further.
Oh no, that's fine, but I mean, like, it's a do-over for the fight. I am not arguing. They also have the time particle pepper, which is one of my favorite things. It's a pepper that is so powerful that it forces you to sneeze so hard that you get sent back in time. It can back up at times and like send you back towards like all of eternity, but it reverses like everybody. It revert like only like Beemo got reversed and he can't sneeze. So like anybody in that battlefield will be reversed as well, which would be a detriment to all of them.
Actually not true.
Is it?
Mordecai and Rigby actually do have some level of resistance to time manipulation, because they can also like at the end of the show when the entire cosmology got reset, they were able to like regain their awareness of what happened and remember everything. Well, Mordecai did it because he touched the DVD. Rigby just did it. Rigby just like fully remembered after hitting his head. Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
So you're saying they still were sent back in time to the beginning? They just remembered
back in time, but
Yes.
they remember.
Yeah,
everything.
I know.
But there's also another example in the comics where they weren't set back and they were just able to ignore the time travel in a way. So let me explain. This is gonna get really fucky wucky. In the 20 years later comic, Mordecai and Rigby went and grabbed this time orb that they got in like I think the last season of the show, and they used it to create a constant time loop to help train the purple guy become a better person by talking to Muscle Man.
The purple guy.
Really?
Yeah, and what happened was it was working. The purple guy kept gaining experience and learning how to talk to people, but they also trapped themselves in the time loop. But during the
Oh
time
no.
loop, Mordecai and Rigby were able to stay fully conscious of it and were able to just break out of it. This is not them breaking the fourth wall, so don't worry about that. This is not them breaking the fourth wall, but this is them breaking out of the time loop by realizing it was a time loop and just saying, you know what, we don't want to be in the time loop anymore. We're just going to go back and go to the present now.
Don't like Mordecai and Rigby actually have multiple time machines?
Oh, yes, they do.
Oh.
And I didn't even I was gonna get into that, but yes. Even though Finn and Jake, like you just argued, Saul, yes, Finn and Jake do have the time machines, and they might use the one that they spammed, but with the time pepper one, they didn't really have control over that one. Like you said, they could accidentally go to the backwards time. But with all of the methods Mordecai and Rigby have to go back in time, they can fully control all of them. And one of the best examples of this is from their own rocket ship time machines that they get from the regular show movie, which is canon.
Yes.
In fact, speaking about the regular show movie, we have to talk about the Time NATO.
The Time NATO.
So I'm gonna go into stats a little bit for this because the Time NATO does give them some good stats. The Time NATO is essentially something that they accidentally made from their high school science project. Yes, that is how it was created. And what it did is, after growing and growing for some time, it was essentially ripping holes through the fabric of all in space time. And the main villain of the movie was able to harness the energy of the time tornado to erase entire timelines.
Oh
And
boy.
Mordecai and Rigby in this movie, they obviously helped shut it down. They saved the day, and by doing so, they were flying in their spaceships. And this is where I'm going into stats for a little bit. This is like the higher end for their stats. When they were flying the spaceships, Rigby went through one of the time streams being manipulated by the tornado, and he was able to fly through it. So he was able to fly through a time traveling stream of energy. So that's arguably high end. That's immeasurable speed for Rigby. Also, I don't think this counts, but it's really funny. Rigby was punched. So the time tornado was in like a crystal, right? That's how he
Mhm.
was harnessing the energy. Rigby was punched into the crystal containing the time tornado. He got hit directly by its power, like he got shocked by it. He was like in pain, like ah, and then he fell, but then he just got back
Yeah.
up.
Ooh.
I don't want to say that scales to their ability because I think that's stupid, but it did happen.
Hmm.
But if you want, because I guess I'll go into stats now. If you want like the most reasonable end for speed for Mordecai Rigby, there is of course the iconic basketball feat where they were playing
Hmm.
basketball across the entire solar system and went from Jupiter to Earth in a matter of seconds, which was counted to be very much massively faster than light. So for speed, you have massively faster than light to theoretically immeasurable.
Can I put my hand up and say, isn't that basketball powers like a specific form, and like the powers were granted by the basketball god thingy? Like,
Yes, the powers were granted by the god. However, because they were also able to fly spaceships in the later seasons and also in the movie, this does grant some more credibility to them being at least massively faster than light. Also, them being able to react in space while they're playing basketball. Like, if you wanted to say they couldn't move this fast without the basketball powers, that's fine. But their reaction speeds should still be this high, especially since it's more consistent with them being able to fly in space and everything.
There's also that one speed feat that involves like an entire galaxy with a giant sword moving that fast.
Yes, and that is one of the more powerful things that they can pull up in this fight. I don't know if we could give them that because if we did, we would give them the entire park essentially, and that would kind of be a lot.
Yeah.
But I guess I can bring it up. The I call them the backup.
I mean, I was going to talk about stats for a minute since I thought that we were going into that.
Oh yeah, we can go into the stats. I just wanted to bring up the baby ducks because I know people want them to be a major factor in this fight. They probably won't though. But it
Because
is
again, if
notable
we,
that
I was,
the power is inside the baby ducks. So if it comes down to it, they can also use the power while they're piloting the mech. So
again, if we get into a summoning battle, then I have to bring up the majority of the Adventure Time cast, who can
if you do
pretty
that, I
much
can bring up the regular show
summoned.
cast.
I would rather not turn this debate into that.
Yeah.
I would rather just touch on stats because that's where we were going. I mean, I don't need to say that they scale to each other. That's kind of a given. I feel like fighting the same enemies, tanking the same hits. In terms of low end stuff, Jake is a monster. In terms of stats, he threw the Lich into the sun.
Yeah.
Because he was just pissed off with the Lich. Fair enough. That motherfucker keeps reappearing. And Finn was capable of reacting to asteroids while traveling to Mars, which gets from 49 to 62C. Jake himself was capable of throwing what Warren Ampersand is his dad's name. I think, yeah, Warren Ampersand into a black hole while growing his hand to the size of the planet. That's the feat I was talking about, which gets to 1.39 zetatons of TNT.
Okay.
I will go into some other stuff because I need to talk about characters that they scale to. If we want to go in terms of the citizens and rulers of Ooh, Ice King was capable of processing and reacting. I brought this feat up, Moloch. Get it again. This is from our Ice King cast.
I'm actually ready to debunk that feat, but go ahead.
No, you go on. You debunk it.
No.
Processed.
Someone's afraid.
He processed. Yeah. Universe into his head, reacted. What's the debunk?
So, because you hit me with this, like, unironically, I think you hit me with this almost exactly a year ago, because the first time we did this cast was also back in January.
Yeah.
So, I had a lot of time to think about this feat, because it genuinely scared the fuck out of me when you pulled it up. And what I realized was that this feat is predicated on the fact that we are assuming Prismo uploaded the universe into Ice King's brain all at once. But there's actually no evidence of this, especially since we know that he was able to upload and have access to Ice King's brain for at least a year. And we know it was at least a year because the season where we see him upload, like actually start uploading it, was back in season 7, which is the first time we see the red laser at Ice King. But back then we didn't know what it was. But now with the retcon, we know it was Prismo. It was back in season 7, and we know a year, at least a year, had to have passed because Finn had a birthday, and he turned 17. So we know that there is at least like a year of time where Prismo could have been uploading the universe into Ice King's brain, meaning that he might not have uploaded it all at once, but piece by piece as he was making it, as he was writing it, because we know he was like actually writing the universe like a fan fiction. So so you can assume he uploaded it all at once, but it's also possible he did it piece by piece, and therefore there's no way to giving an actual speed for how fast he uploaded it.
Cool. Okay. I have nothing else to talk about with Sound said.
I'm sorry, Saul. I knew that feat was coming. I was
Sure.
ready.
Well,
sorry.
I have nothing else to talk about.
Nothing.
No.
Well, there is one thing I wanted to bring up. It was one more way of time travel. Well, no, not time travel. It was a durability feat.
He left. He left. He actually left.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Did he disconnect? He probably disconnected. Because, oh yeah, he said he was having internet issues. Oh god.
Oh boy.
Well,
It is incredibly
This is all over again.
It's incredibly funny that
no, not Thomas. We don't talk about Thomas Barney next particular. We're not going to talk about
he had these internet issues right after saying there's nothing else for me to talk about.
Like it it felt so staged. Like I don't know if it was actually genuine, like he actually left, or he might actually have internet problems. Like if it was actually something he did on purpose, I don't. It's kind of a funny way. It's kind of funny.
I would be a little concerned.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned.
But yeah,
I think
if it.
I guess if he has nothing left to talk about, I'm also pretty solid. I'm good.
What about cosmology?
No.
So
And
yeah,
no
okay.
cosmology talks.
I can do it. Okay, regular show's cosmology isn't complicated. It'll only take me 2 minutes. It's actually really easy to understand.
Yeah.
It's not hard. Basically. Oh, and by the way, the only reason I didn't bring it up is because Mordecai and Rigby technically don't scale to the max of their cosmology, so that's why I didn't feel like bringing it up. But I can talk about it because it is cool. So
Okay, I see Saul in the chat. He says his Wi-Fi just died and now he's on data.
I knew it. All right, so it's okay. So while Saul is coming back, I will explain regular show's cosmology. So, you know how I said regular show is contained on a tape, a VHS tape?
Yes.
So, we obviously, if you wanted to go through the show and be like, every time a villain talked about, oh, this is my dimension or something, you could get a crazy dimensional tier for regular show. But the more accurate way comes from an episode in one of the later seasons where Mordecai and Rigby go to a mall. And in the mall, they take an elevator guided by this man. And the man says, we are going to use this elevator. Or he says something along the lines of, they're using the elevator to ascend dimensional spaces.
Theoretically.
Yes, theoretically. And there are 5 floors. But as they're going through the floors, Mordecai and Rigby do physically change to reflect the dimension that they were going up in. Meaning that they were actually changing, like, dimensional space, and they ended up on the 5th dimension floor. So, at a minimum, we know that regular show has 5 dimensions.
So yeah, here's my issue with that cosmology thing, particularly with the 5th dimension. That was from a special that the park people were just telling stories similar to like the Halloween specials where they tell scary stories. The Christmas one is about just scary Christmas stories. However, the tape thing is actually a good argument on how big the cosmology is. They could still be 5D, but yeah.
The tape is interesting because again, if you wanted to do like all the stupid dimensions that they I didn't bring it up, but there's this guy, this infamous ass statement that I don't like from the comics.
Oh no.
Can't you see? Through your use of my mortal eyeglasses, I was able to create a new portal, free from the constraints of time and space. Prepare for battle, Skips. My imminent reign draws near, and darkness will reign upon your reality with the density of 1,000 dying suns. Oh, it's all back.
I'm back!
He's back! He's back!
Let's go!
That was awful.
It's okay, Saul. All I did was explain regular show cosmology. You missed nothing.
It was that.
Oh,
important.
did you mention the 5D stuff?
I did mention the 5D stuff, yes. But I did say that Mordecai and Rigby do not scale to that. They don't do it. Pops does, but they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's because Pops is the goal.
Pops is
yes.
the goal.
Yes, he is.
All right. I think that's everything, actually. Well, not everything, obviously, but I think we covered like a lot of the big stuff.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, we went from the experience, stats, and the big argument was all about their abilities and weapons.
Yeah, it really will probably come down to Arsenal, and I do agree with Saul that a lot of their stuff is situational, but they also have a lot of stuff that isn't situational that would just grant them access to everything anyway. So it really just comes down to who's gonna get the big fuck off thing first. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anything want to say, Saul?
There's higher speed stuff and higher dimensionality stuff I could talk about, but I seriously don't think they're helping here.
I mean, you might as well. While I throw the poll up. Oh wait, actually no. I guess in that case we can just do final arguments. Do you want to do final arguments?
You can start. I don't think I have much to talk about.
Okay. So, while I throw the poll up, my final argument is that Mordecai and Rigby are definitely not as good fighters as Finn and Jake, but they do still have enough experience and skill that they can match up to them enough that they wouldn't get like skill diff. I do think that using a lot of their feats from time traveling and flying in space, you can get them relatively faster. And with that increased speed, they can get access to all of their stronger stuff and items. And they would be able to, even though, yes, they probably wouldn't use a lot of the more obscure stuff like the park records and the realm of Darthon right away. If it comes down to it, they will eventually come to the conclusion that maybe they'll have to use some of their other stuff. And if not, then debatably they'll just use the power or the power of music from themselves or something else to rewrite reality and end the fight. And so that's why I think Mordecai and Rigby can win.
Oh, me? Finn and Jake. They again competent fighters in their own front. They didn't really get to talk about experience before it was equalized. I don't know. We didn't really go over that. They have gear to get past a lot of the stuff that Mordecai and Rigby have. A lot of the soul stuff, like the primordial ooze and kiss of life, should be able to take them out. The mom's note should be able to freeze them. The porcelain llama again is just another one where I don't think they can get out of. Yeah, I think they just have the stuff to win.
All right. Who in the jury wants to give their thoughts first?
I guess I could do that. This was honestly like a fun debate to like listen to or remember each and every episode that was like mentioned, and it was extremely fun. So a round of applause to both of you. I'm going to be voting for Mordecai and Rigby. They just have so much stuff that are far better than Finn and Jake.
Okay. Berserker, do you want to go next?
Okay. Well, for my verdict, I'm gonna have to go with Mordecai and Rigby. I do generally think that in the initial bouts, Finn and Jake will start to dominate, but I think Mordecai and Rigby will be able to survive long enough to pull off a bunch of their weirder stuff to effectively even out the fight and eventually overcome the iconic duo. Other than that, I just want to say that either way, this fight will end with one side getting blown up. That's it.
It's gonna. You want a Mikasa explosion death, Berserker?
Yeah, it's like in regular show fashion, every villain explodes at the end.
Oh, true.
Yeah. And
It's
a quip.
Just abrupt, like boom, and then they're just dead.
Okay.
They always die in an explosion and with a movie quip.
R-Cloud, you wanna go ahead?
Yeah. Violent type. That's a lot of violent typing. I feel like one big question is simply like we're kind of doing a full composite of both the pairings, right? Is the thing the limitations you may put on that would affect a lot of it because fairly early so if we just go like, okay, just for ease of everything, composite everything, I just think it does go to Mordecai and Rigby. If we went more scrutinous and went like, okay, what abilities actually can like exist side by side by side by side without like continuity errors, I think it would go to Finn and Jake. But full composite, definitely Mordecai and Rigby. So
All right. I will say though, I don't think it's not really full composite because if it was just full composite, they would just scale to each other via crossovers.
no, I meant
Yeah.
like full composite, like their entire series. Because in cartoons, a lot of times they'll like they get a one-off ability, and then we
Yeah.
never see that again. That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah. I get it.
I'm composite within their series, not like cross compositing. Blah 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 blah. Like, cartoons are just like that, where it's like, well, like,
I suppose you would define that as a soft composite then?
yeah, sure,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
So-
then, it's like I think with the power they can summon a lot of their other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
still saying Mordecai and Rigby. That was just like my thing.
Nuke, you're last. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it is pretty much. Finn Berserker was on to a really good point in that Finn and Jake would absolutely dominate at least the first half of the fight, with it tilting more towards Mordecai and Rigby as it goes on, and they start bringing out more and more of their wackier arsenal. It does just become a question of them surviving long enough to do it, and I think they can.
So you're giving it who you giving it to Mordecai Rigby?
Yeah.
All right. So we have the jury of Mordecai Rigby, and I'm gonna end the poll, and it is it's 63%. No, 60%. Sorry, 60% Mordecai Rigby.
Ooh, you had a sweep.
Yeah, I do feel bad though. I feel like this matchup shouldn't be a sweep. I do think that Finn and Jake can like win legitimately. Like this is a really
could.
debatable fight.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
It very
There's
much is.
absolutely scenarios in which Finn and Jake would win. It's just more times than not, I think
Yeah,
Mordecai and Rigby have the stuff to be able to take the win.
yeah. Like Mordecai and Rigby, man. Because I remember too. The first time when we saw this cast pop up, like we saw this pitch, we saw someone pitch this. Uh, I wanted to debate for Finn and Jake so badly, and Saul beat me to it. But
I mean,
after I started rewatching Mordecai and Rigby, I was just like, man, that's crazy.
yeah, going back to those cartoons are just fun time.
But I do want to thank you, Saul, because this was a lot of fun. And I do think you did a really good job going over everything for Adventure Time. Like, you brought up stuff that I forgot about. Like the porcelain lamb. Like, I wouldn't have even brought up the Hermitize. The Hermitize is actually a really good argument.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
So, yeah. That's it for the cast. Thanks everybody for watching. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Anyone have any last minute send offs to say?
Yeah, no.
Go watch Adventure Time and regular show. They're great shows.
Yep, go rewatch them 100 times. It's worth it. All right. Well, bye guys. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.